about the movie.
Well,
let's just
to defend Big Head Girl, let me tell you something. The message of the movie is to be that bitch. That's the message that they wrote a script that's telling girls, I don't need nobody tells me I'm a 20-year-old girl, so obviously I should run my mouth all the time.
about leaning into woke. Hardcore.
They're petrified
Yeah.
of some kind of backlash. I mean, you see with Disney now. I mean, Disney, one of the most gay-friendly companies.
You ever watch something crash in real time and realize, this is the moment it all falls apart? That's exactly what happened when Rachel Zegler, the face of Disney's upcoming Snow White remake, sat down for what was supposed to be a routine promotional interview. What followed wasn't just a PR hiccup, it was a full-blown meltdown, one that some say changed the fate of the film itself. This isn't just about a movie. It's about star power, corporate control, and what happens when those worlds collide, live on air. Rachel Zegler had been making headlines leading up to her appearance on The View, but not for the reasons Disney might have hoped.
Does this mean that it's no longer 1937 and we absolutely wrote a Snow White?
Her bold statements in prior interviews were already stirring the pot, comments that some fans believed strayed too far from the magic of the original Snow White tale.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now
It's not the same story?
no. So now they've put it all on her. Now they've failed. Here's what happened. She made the cardinal error of saying free Palestine on Twitter. So she could say all that men are bad and it's this and that, but once you do that, now they've put the entire weight of the failure upon her. When really, it's like making Jimmy Fallon apologize for doing a Chris Rock impression when Lauren and a team of lawyers and consultants decided if it was okay the amount of brown they put on him to simulate.
By the time she walked onto that set, the tension in the air wasn't just palpable, it was practically humming. She took her seat, smiled. The host smiled back, the cameras rolled, and for a few seconds, everything seemed normal. Then came the question. Not a trap. Not an ambush, just a simple prompt about the film's message, and the legacy of the original Snow White. But Rachel's response went completely off script. And that's when it happened. The room shifted. The hosts, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, they exchanged looks. The control room went quiet. Producers behind the scenes scrambled. Something was clearly wrong. According to backstage sources, there was an immediate internal panic. The segment was veering off course. Lines were being crossed. Publicists reportedly rushed to the edge of the set. Someone made a call to Disney PR. And then, Rachel Zegler was gently, but unmistakably, escorted away during a commercial break. Viewers at home never saw the chaos unfold. The episode that aired had the segment cut, polished, edited, sanitized, but behind the scenes, eyewitnesses said it was electric. No shouting. No dramatic storm-off. Just a surreal unraveling in real time, a quiet, chilling kind of disaster. One where you know something went wrong, even if no one says it out loud. And that was just the beginning. Later that week, Joe Rogan dedicated an entire segment of his podcast to what he called the meltdown. And he didn't hold back. He called it the tipping point, where a smoldering controversy finally ignited. Rogan described the moment as a perfect storm, a lead star going off script, a corporate machine unprepared for live chaos, and a fan base already skeptical of the remake. He pointed out that what was supposed to be a feel-good press appearance became a defining moment for the entire project. And in his words, once the public turns on you, there's no going back. But Rogan wasn't just talking about the interview. He dug deeper into how Disney might adapt after such a public implosion. He speculated that the company would tighten the reins on its stars. More media training. Stricter guidelines. Maybe even social media restrictions during promotional tours. But he warned that kind of control can backfire. Audiences today can spot a scripted response from a mile away. If an actor shows up on a talk show sounding robotic, it doesn't rebuild trust, it shatters it. And let's face it, once 500,000 people have tweeted about an interview gone wrong, the damage is done before anyone can even try to spin it. But it wasn't just about PR strategy. Rogan also hit on something that resonated with a lot of fans. He said the fallout might have been avoidable if the film had stayed closer to the emotional heart of the original. Because here's the thing, when fans feel respected, when the core of a story remains intact, they'll often forgive modern updates. But if it feels like the soul of a childhood classic has been stripped away, that's when things turn sour. Fast. Especially when the lead actor starts echoing that sentiment, intentionally or not. According to Rogan, the real explosion wasn't Rachel's words on that stage, it was what they symbolized. They confirmed what fans feared, that this wasn't Snow White as they knew her. And the backlash was immediate. From online forums to YouTube reaction videos, the commentary spiraled. The damage was already done. The film, which had once been positioned as a guaranteed hit, was now a lightning rod. Rogan said the meltdown became the moment where everything shifted, from a controversial marketing campaign to a full-blown catastrophe. And it wasn't just the film that took the hit. Rachel Zegler herself found her career at a crossroads. Rogan explained that Zegler now faced a dilemma. She wanted to be authentic. Speak her truth. But for a film of this scale, there are expectations. Professional boundaries. Brand alignment. And when those two paths diverge, when a rising star wants freedom, and a studio wants control, something has to give. In this case, it gave live on television. Disney, Rogan argued, had been chasing synergy. The perfect alignment of beloved IP, big-name stars, and a modernized message. But what they got was fragmentation. And the irony, the moment was supposed to be promotional gold. A platform. A chance to win over skeptics. Instead, it became the meltdown that marked the film's downfall. Rogan even suggested that Disney might now fast-track the movie's release to streaming, quietly, without much fanfare, just to move on. Because pushing a theatrical release too hard might invite even more scrutiny. In his words, you can't fix it once the public decides they hate it. It's a hard truth in Hollywood. Reputation is everything. And sometimes, it only takes one unscripted moment to sink an entire ship. Rogan summed it all up as a cascade of missteps. An adaptation that alienated its fanbase. A lead actor whose public image stirred even more division. A press strategy that unraveled in real time. And a meltdown that became the story itself, overshadowing the film's visuals, its performances, even its intent. He even mentioned how the hosts of The View were thrown into a surreal moment, left improvising live while producers scrambled behind the scenes. For a show that handles controversy daily, this was different. The guest wasn't pulled due to scandal. She just vanished mid-interview. And in the aftermath, the buzz didn't fade. It escalated. Memes. Parodies. Breakdown videos. Everyone had a take. Everyone was watching. The meltdown became more than just a moment, it became a cautionary tale. In the end, it was a perfect storm. Rachel Zegler wanted to use her voice. Disney wanted to protect its brand. The fans wanted a faithful story. The media wanted a moment. And they all got it. Just not the one anyone had planned. Whether this film ever recovers or fades quietly into streaming history, one thing's for sure. The Snow White meltdown will go down as one of the most unforgettable moments in modern movie marketing. A reminder that in the age of instant reactions, the story off camera can sometimes eclipse the one on it.